We were coming home from my sister's soccer game. We kept asking Dad to stop at McDonald's. He gave us the typical, "we have food at home," and "money doesn't grow on trees" talk. I think we were wearing him down. He looked at my mother, whispered something, and started to change lanes. We were getting excited in the back seat. Our house was only a mile or so down the road, and my dad was taking an unexpected turn. We knew not to keep asking at this point. Dad loved little surprises, little deceptions, like when he told me we needed to stop at the bank after school, and instead, he brought me to get ice cream. Or the time he woke us up early on a Saturday for a doctor's appointment, only to bring us mini-golfing and to the arcade. Mom secretly loved when he did this. She loved how far he would go to surprise us, even if it was just a happy meal. The arrow turned green, and Dad started driving again. I was too busy thinking about what toy would come with my meal. I didn't see anything. I heard Dad shout, "Oh my gee!" Then everything went black. I woke up seconds later. At least I felt like it was only seconds later. I wasn't in the car anymore. My vision was fuzzy. The lights were so bright. It felt like I was staring at the sun. I just wanted to wipe the sleep from my eyes, but my body felt like it was 1,000 pounds. I started to feel panicked. I heard a voice say, "Hey buddy, it's okay? Easy now." I looked in the direction of the voice. It was a lady. She was purple. My vision was slowly coming back to me. Things around me were starting to take shape. No, she's not purple, it's her shirt. And her pants. It's a nurse. Did Dad really bring us to the doctor's office instead of McDonald's? I know that can't be true, but nothing makes sense right now. I feel the panic inside me growing. It's okay, it's okay. Try to stay calm. You've been through a lot. Your parents will be so happy to know that you're awake. The nurse had a calming voice. I don't know why I'm here, but she makes me feel safe. I have so many questions. I don't know where to start. What happened? Where is my mom? How did I get here? My brain was racing. I tried to speak, but all I could say was, What? The nurse told me that my family was in a car accident. Someone sped through a red light while my dad was turning and crashed into us. She said that we must have an angel looking out for us, because everyone in our car survived, and she couldn't say the same for the other car. Apparently, I took the most damage. She says I've been in a coma for 5 days. At first, they didn't believe I was going to make it, but I started showing signs of improvement after the 3rd day. She sat with me another minute or so, then told me she was going to go get my parents. They must have been worried sick. Mom was probably biting her nails to the bone. She always bites her nails when she gets stressed out. I'm sure Dad is blaming himself, even if it wasn't his fault. Jenny must be so scared. She's always been the nervous type. She still comes into my room every time there's a thunderstorm. I'd hate to see how she was when she thought her big brother was going to die. But the nice nurse lady did say that my family survived, and now that I'm awake, that means that everything is going to be okay. Or at least that's what I thought, until the door at the hospital opened again. When the nurse walked back into the room, there were 2 people behind her, a man and a woman. They had bandages on their faces, and the man had a cast on his arm. "Oh, thank God," the woman said as she walked up to my bedside. She had tears in her eyes. The man stayed back a step. With a hand on the woman's shoulder, he said, "I told you he was a fighter. I knew you'd pull through." This isn't right. Maybe my eyes were still adjusting. No, it can't be. That doesn't sound like them either. The woman leans in to hug me, and I flinch. There must be a mistake. I don't know these people. Where are my parents? "Don't be silly," the woman says, while wiping the tears away from her face. "It's me, baby. It's Mom. Now I'm 100% certain these people aren't my parents. My mom would never call me baby. She hates pet names. She won't even call me Matt. It's always Matthew." I can feel the panic lump in my throat again. I begin speaking louder, almost shouting, "You're not my mom. I don't know you. Where's my mom? Where's my dad? And where is Jenny?" The woman slowly backs away. Turning her head, she looks over to the nurse. "Is he okay?" Her voice is trembling. "He doesn't recognize me?" The nurse steps forward. After severe trauma, sometimes people can suffer short-term memory loss. He may be disoriented and need some time to get his bearings. I started shouting louder, almost screaming. "I know who my parents are. They are not my parents." I pointed directly at the pair to emphasize my point. "And where is my sister? Where's Jenny? Sweetie, who's Jenny? You don't have a sister?" The woman said in hysterics. "Nurse, you have to do something. There must be some kind of brain damage." "Sweetie?" Again, my mother would scoff if she heard someone call me sweetie. My fight-or-flight senses are kicking in. My panic turns to rage. I start thrashing in my bed, trying to find the strength to stand up and leave this nightmare. I'm connected to too many wires and machines. I don't even know where to begin. The man is holding on to the woman in the corner. She's still crying, but I can't be bothered by it. The nurse rushes over to the bed. She's trying to calm me down, but it's no use. She hits a button in the side of the bed. In seconds, the man and woman are pushed out of the way by a group of nurses trying to restrain me. They're holding on to me and trying to keep me from hurting myself. Once they realized that I wouldn't calm down on my own, the nice nurse lady said, "We're going to have to sedate him." One of the other nurses rushed out and back with a small bottle and a syringe. They held down my leg and stuck me, injecting the fluid into me. It was warm. My arms started feeling heavy again. I was lacking the ability to speak, to fight back. Before I lost consciousness, I looked to my side and saw the man and woman again. They were standing in the doorway. The last thing I remembered seeing before everything went black was the woman's face. She was staring at me. She said nothing, but her mouth was wide open. She was smiling,